Okay, so responding to someone in my comments, Mr. What's your name? Brian Cross says he speaks fluent Greek. Well, if it's modern Greek, it's not like ancient Greek. Not the same at all. So what Mr. Cross says here is this neuter tauto is referring back to unstated nouns in these two sentences. The unstated noun is you. Well, there's no noun in either one of these sentences at all. Definitely not you. But so in Greek, nouns, which is this is a pronoun, refer also or agree with adjectives. So it's not like there's not an unstated adjective or noun in the sentence, because here's a noun and it's also neuter. And all of these nouns, all of these are neuter and they agree. So Mr. Cross, it's not like it's unstated, as you say. There's unstated noun. There's neuter adjective right here and a neuter noun right here. So it's not unstated, sir. They're stated. It's not like Ephesians 2:8 where you have the word this, it's neuter, and there's nothing preceding in the sentence that's neuter. This, you have the word this that's neuter, and you have an adjective that's preceding it that is neuter, sir. Come in here to correct me, buddy. I'm sorry. I've studied this language for 20 years, and this is really easy. And this is neuter. They all agree. This, which means everything, is the neuter will of God. And by the way, this is the Greek word charis, which is where we get the word grace. And you, which means well graced. Be well graced. For this is the will of God unto you. Unto you. Things are the will of God unto you. Or for you. For this. Or because of this. I could translate that because. Now let me show you something else. Speaking of the sentences prior here, so this is the Greek word. It's continually, like this is the Greek word for ceasing, like with an alpha privative, means not ceasing or not stopping. Proseuchomai. Now you said, now if you know Greek, it's not ancient Greek, because this is the word proseuchomai. It's pros, meaning towards. You said this was a metaphor, meaning are we supposed to actually pray unceasingly? Yes, it's literal, Mr. Cross. It's literal, because pros means towards. Euche, that's another word for will. Like this one, thelema is a word for will. It means towards will, unceasingly towards the will of God. It doesn't mean to ask. It means to bow to the will of God, because everything's the will of God. That's why you bow to it, and that's why you give thanks for it. That's why you give be well graced, present always, because everything's the will of God. Be well graced continually at all times. Because this, the neuter, everything is the will of God. Unceasingly bow to the will of God, because everything's the will of God. That's why you do it. Again, it's the narrow way. Narrow comes from thelebo, thlipsis, where we get the word tribulation. The tribulation way, the child's on the narrow way. God's using people like you to beat people like me to make their faith stronger. That's what the unelect are for. And these people are being persecuted. That's why he's telling them this, because they're being persecuted. Give thanks for it. That's what the tribulation does. The agonizomai way, the agonizing way. The daily cross. The whooping that you get every day. It's the will of God to make you stronger. That's why you give thanks for it, because it makes you stronger in the faith. Not you, the children of God. So Mr. Cross, you're not going to come on here and correct me. I'm sorry. Sorry. I've studied this language for 20 years, man. I can read what it says very well. I understand it. And you're wrong. There's no word you in here. It's not an unstated you. It's not like Ephesians 28. Because here, there's the neuter that agrees with this neuter and this neuter. They're stated, sir. They're stated. They're in the sentence. You don't have to guess. You understand?